Joining me now, three key players who are fighting to protect Americans each and every day. Congressman Mark Meadows, Congressman Jim Jordan, Congressman Matt Gaetz. Thank you all for being here. Now, you all attended the working lunch at the White House to discuss border security. Congressman Matt Gaetz, I'll start with you on this question. What was it like with the president today?
I was so proud of our president. The establishment in Washington on both sides of the aisle wanted President Trump to take a bad deal that didn't have any funding for border security. But he was tough. He stood up to them. And, you know, the reason big business wants to have a deal is because they want the cheap labor. But who ends up paying for that is the American worker, the American family that wants the safety that comes with a secure border. And so the president did his job. He pushed back. And now I think the president made very clear to all of us, and he's made clear to the country, that he is not going to take a bad deal from the Democrats. And anything under $2 billion, $1.6 billion, what Schumer was floating, that is a total non-starter. We're going to have real border security, or we're going to have a long shutdown, Judge.
Well, you know, Congressman Jim Jordan, you know, the Senate has gone home. Should they have gone home? And let me stop for a minute. I want to congratulate the House for doing what you did and getting this passed. And to all of you, I know you're the movers and shakers. But anyway, Jim, should the Senate have gone home?
Well, here's what I know. 1 week ago, Nancy Pelosi sat in the Oval Office and told the President of the United States there weren't the votes in the House. 3 days ago, the United States Senate sent a bill to the House with no funding for the border security wall. 2 days ago, we passed a bill out of the House of Representatives, 217 to 185. Strong win for the president, more importantly, strong win for the country. So I don't know whether they should have went home or not. All I know is the momentum is on our side because the American people want a secure border. They want what the president campaigned on, which is a border security wall to deal with the caravan issues and all the other issues you talked about in your opening statement.
All right. And Congressman Mark Meadows, what is it going to take in the Senate? I know you're in the House, but what do you think it's going to take? How much horse trading is going to have to be done to get this passed?
Well, you had Senator Lindsey Graham on, and he's been actively involved. But it's not just him. You had Mike Lee. We met with Senator Shelby from Alabama earlier today with the president. What it's really going to take is for the Democrats to quit saying that they're for border security when they don't want any funding for the wall. I mean, you can't be for one and suggest that you're for a secure America when you're wanting zero funding for that. So we're going to have to work hard. I can tell you, should the senators have gone home? The answer is no. You know, they should be right here in Washington, D.C., along with the president, working hard because the American people expect us to get this done. And so, yes, there's been multiple offers by this administration. You talk about being flexible. The president and his team have been fully engaged every hour, making multiple offers. But the answer continues to be the same on Capitol Hill. Well, we got to check with Nancy Pelosi. Since when do senators have to check with Nancy Pelosi?
Well, Chuck Schumer's bowing down to Nancy Pelosi now? What's his problem?
Well, he is. I mean, when you look at that, you know, she's obviously running and going to get the gavel and going to be a speaker. But when we look at this, what we have to make sure of is that each senator understands what's at stake, and it's the security of our communities. We're talking about drug trafficking, human trafficking, terrorism, all of that. Is there a price that we can put on that? No, $5 billion is the number that we need. We need to continue to work hard.
And you know, go ahead, Jim.
Judge, I was just going to say, here's the problem. They're more, as Senator Graham said, they're more concerned about stopping the president than they are in helping the country. Everyone knows we need to secure the border. Everyone knows we need a border security wall to stop the gang problems, the drug problems, the human trafficking problems, the whole thing. So if they would stay more focused on doing what's best for the country, something they were all for just a few years ago, instead of going after the president and just trying to stop anything the president's for, the country would be better off.
And, you know, Congressman Gaetz, one of the things that I noticed when I was down at the border, I think last year or the year before, I'm not sure, it was, they called them rape trees, where the coyotes would bring these young girls across and they would have the personal belongings, the undergarments of the girls that they raped on the, you know, in this country. I mean, people, how could the left, the liberals, the people who are supposed to care, not understand how important this wall is? What do they get out of not having a wall?
Judge, when we don't build a wall, it's like we hang an open for business sign for every coyote and cartel that would want to destabilize our border and bring harm to America's families. And so we need new wall funding. There's a trick the Democrats are trying, and we've got to be able to stop it. They're trying to constrain the money that we want to get for the new border wall only to go and fix old fences. Now, we ran on build the wall, not fix the fence. Right. And so I think that, until we have that type of aggressive posture, we're not going to be able to deliver on this result. But what I keep coming back to is just my gratitude for the fact that we have a president of the United States who did not give in to either side. He's still fighting. We're still fighting. And I think it's a fight worth having for American families, American workers, and our national security.
And you know what? The way the week was going, I was a little worried, but the president came back.